Hello there, YouTubers, and welcome again to Sbu's Wise Corner, Kingdom Life Revelations. My name is Wanda, and I welcome you to my YouTube channel. It's been a while since we last spoke to each other, but I hope God has been faithful enough in your life to reveal Himself as He has been in my life also. I just want to share with you shortly, about what God has been talking to me about the past couple of days. I was looking at, as an individual, growing up, we are all sort of accustomed to this, phenomena of success. We all want to lead a successful life, and we are all prepared to do whatever it takes to lead that kind of life and have everyone applaud on our success. But I just want to reveal to you, you've probably have heard this a couple of times, multiple times, in different occasions and different platforms. I just want to share with you the kind of success that God has in store for us. Because not all success is approved by God and comes from God. Take note of that. Not all success comes from God and is approved by God. So don't be fooled. You might be successful and claim that it comes from God, but if you look deep down in your heart, your deeds, what you did to become successful, you know the truth. You'll find the answer. You'll know exactly how you got successful. And God has nothing to do with that. So I just want to share with you shortly, the kind of success and the secret ingredient that is there in the Word of God for us to be successful. Because God has great things in store for us. We just don't know about them. We are just too lazy to dig in deep and find exactly the kind of success and the right tools for us to sort of utilize and, become successful on earth. So I want to share with you from the book of Matthew 6, verse 33. I'm sure you've heard of this verse multiple times. It talks about seeking God first, prioritizing God and His righteousness, wanting first His kingdom and His righteousness. That's all. That's the secret ingredient to success that God approves of, that God blesses. We seek first His kingdom and His righteousness. His kingdom and His righteousness. Priority. We're talking about prioritizing God. And as a result of doing that, the Word of God then says, then all these things that we worry about, we become stressful about, will be given unto us in a silver platter. But only if we seek first, the word first talk about the first priority, the first category. It talks about putting God first, at the forefront. It talks about putting God above all else, above everything else. He should be there at first, because the tendency or what we normally do as people, we tend to go after success first. We give it all that we have. We cross boundaries. We fight with our work ethics. We jeopardize our morals. We even put our dignity on the line in order for us to be successful, to be seen by the world and be approved by the world. And then at the end, we only do this once we're successful. If you really are honest right now, you will agree to this. You will agree, you will attest to this. After we are successful, after we are up there, after we've done all these things, all these degrading things that we've done in order for us to achieve success, then we put God at the end. And we try to paint the whole thing as God's divine favor for us. we try now to make this, to wrap this thing up, to wrap this success up as a gift from God, and we say, I thank God for all this. It's His blessing. It's His divine favor upon my life. If it weren't for Him, I wouldn't be here. True, God controls everything. But the system that you used, the kind of path that you took in order for you to reach that success, you know deep down in your heart that it wasn't the right one. And then now you try to sort of interject God in that sequence, in that equation, and try to make it work and make it look, nice and representable and approved by people, and try to also fool us. You can't do that. You cannot. So the only way God can give us success and approve of, and we can know from our conscience that God approves of this success, is only if we first seek His kingdom and His righteousness. His righteousness means standing in the right position with God, being rightfully positioned, and expecting God's divine favor, knowing that you've been waiting patiently in the right position for Him, for you have first sought His righteousness and His kingdom. And then God will be faithful enough to give you all these things that you worry about. If you read in the upper verses, from verse 29 to 33, it talks specifically about all these things. We worry a lot about what we are going to eat, what we are going to wear, how we are going to be presented in the world, how we're going to be protected. We worry about all these things. We make it our own mission, we make it our own task to take good care of our bodies. It is not of us. The very last chapter, the very last verse in that chapter, it talks about not worrying about the day, about the following day, for it has got its own worries. It talks about us living in the moment, seeking God in the moment, and fully trusting Him that He is going to take good care of us. He's going to feed us. He's going to give us the clothes that we need. He's going to give us the air that we need. He's going to be our protection in that very moment. And then we won't have to worry a lot about success, about wanting success, about wanting to do all these things on our own, on ourselves, putting our own effort in it. Living life should be effortless because we've got God on our side, and He's going to take good care of us. His word is never in vain. The word of God never leads us astray. He always has the right answers for us. He holds us by the hand into green pastures. He's there. He can take good care of us. All we have to do is to fully entrust Him, fully depend on Him. He wants us to depend on Him. These days, we want to be independent, and we even put it out there to the world that I want to live an independent life. I want to lead an independent life, a successful life. I want to do this thing on my own. And then at the end, you want to put God in all that equation and try to make it work and look presentable to Him. It doesn't work like that, my brother. It doesn't work like that, my sister. Seek God first. Prioritize God. Put Him there at first. He should be your number one, and His righteousness. Position your God. Position yourself in the right position with God, and He will do great things for you. That's all I wanted to share with you today. I hope you learned a thing or two. and that God can help you lead a successful life, the kind of success that God approves of. I'm seeking God first. I've been doing that all my life, for as long as I remember. So I'm inviting you today to seek God first and His righteousness. Then all your worries will be wiped away. God is faithful enough to do right by you. He loves you.